No, that's not me. Hi, everybody. Welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC Live broadcast on I Want to Be a Billionaire. My name is Paul, and this is episode 70. Excuse me. And today's date is June 17th, 2018. Okay, so you want to be a billionaire? I can show you how to be a billionaire. Okay. Now, that sounds a little bit crazy. I understand that. But stay in tune because this is real. And I can show you how to become a billionaire. Okay. So first, let's get into what TBC is. TBC is a cryptocurrency called the Billion Coin. Came out 2 years ago. It's an abundance-based coin, which means it never goes down in value. In fact, every day it goes up in value. Because instead of being put on a trading market, which is where all the other coins are found, we did not. We instead based our value of our coin on an algorithm that based it on you and I, the people. So when you think about it, friends, we are the most valuable thing in the universe, short of God and his angels, I would imagine. Okay? I mean, on this earth, we're the most valuable thing. There's nothing as valuable as a human life. Nothing. It has unlimited value. A lot of people obviously go through their entire lives never realizing how much value they have because they are beaten down in one form or another by things that they can't control. And so they never realize their full value in this life, in this mortal life. So I want to first get that across to everybody watching that you are unlimited in your value. Okay? It doesn't matter how bad or evil of a person you are. And it doesn't matter how good you think you are. Okay? Because it's God doing the good through you. But the point is, we always tend to think, because we are humans, like humans. Okay? So we look at people out there and we judge them and, oh, you're a nice person, and oh, you're a bad person. Okay? I'm still at fault at doing that all the time. But deep down, I know that even when I say, oh, that person's, I still love them. I still know that they can't help being what they are. I still know God made them. Okay? So here's the thing. The big picture is what we don't tend to look at when we're going through our lives. And so that's why being a billionaire for most of us is incomprehensible. Okay, that's why we only have 2,200 billionaires in the entire world, where we have a population of 7.6 billion people. We only have 2,200 billionaires. Okay, so it seems like that's an impossibility. It's strictly based on luck, fate, God's will. Okay? And it is when it comes to God's will. But we don't know what God's will is going to be from one day to another. But being human, we can only be humans. We only see a small picture. We're not God. Okay, we're nothing compared to God. But again, we have unlimited value to him. Okay, so I need you guys to try to understand and move over to that type of a mindset. It doesn't matter who is watching this, whether you're involved already in TBC or you're brand new and you're looking at this video for the first time. I'm going to try to start to change your mindset over to one that is abundant instead of scarcity minded. I want you to be abundant minded. And that is a process that takes a lot of work. I'm still working on it, and I've been working on it for a year, over a year. And I've come a long ways. Don't get me wrong, I've come a long ways. And that's why this last year has been so exciting for me. And so exciting for all you guys that are on here. In fact, I'm going to go over and see right now if anybody's even here yet. Let's see here. Okay, it's pulling up, and I see no one. Okay, which is fine. Okay, because you'll be watching this video. It's always on my YouTube channel. And of course, today is Sunday. It's a slow day. People out going to church and doing things with their families, and that's awesome. But anyway, I'm here. The day is already, it's 10 after 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time in Las Vegas, where I'm at. So I'm wrapping up today. And I'm here giving a live broadcast, and the reason is because we have lots of things to talk about that can change your life, because it is changing mine, and it is changing all of our members of our community. Yes, our cryptocurrency actually has a community, a real community. Okay, now the difference between ours and, let's say, Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is on a coin market cap. It's traded every day. It can be manipulated in its price. So you see the price going up and down, like you see across all markets that are owned by the central banking system. And the wealthy can come in, like the central bankers who have all the money in the world, and because they just make it, right? And they buy up whatever they want, and they raise the price. And then others come in to try to make a percentage increase on their purchases, and a lot of times they lose. It's like, a casino, basically, is what the markets are. And the house always wins, right? But there are a few who know what they're doing and can actually make a living doing it. And of course, those who know how to really take advantage of it can get wealthy on a market. But those are few compared to the masses who will jump in and end up losing. And that's just one of the downsides of the market. There are upsides too. Again, there are more downsides. But we came out with our coin because we had a mission. And that mission was to bring back this abundance, not just to our minds, but in reality, the abundance that this world has, that we have been told all our lives we don't have. The world is lacking. The world is short on water, food, energy. It's short on all kinds of things, and we need money to make changes to save the world. Okay? And if you don't understand reality, then you're going to fall for that lie. If you don't understand a little bit of the truth, you're going to fall for that false lie. Okay? That false narrative. And since I had fallen for it my whole life, in spite of the fact that I had an education on the central banking system from the time I was young, I mean, like a teenager, barely 13, okay? It actually started before that. The point was, when you live and you're being drowned in propaganda from the news sources, like I was. Back then, we only had 3 or 4, ABC, NBC, CBS, maybe Fox. Okay. And now, of course, we have a lot more. We've got cable TV, we've got the internet, and it's good because now if we want to, we can go out there and find independent sources of journalism and media, and we can use our own brain's common sense and logic to figure out what the truth is and what the lie is, if we just open our eyes to it. And we do see the horrors out there of what this system has done. And so 2 years ago, the creators of our coin decided that they were going to create this coin with a purpose, a mission to eliminate global poverty globally. And we're going to eliminate it. No more. So how do you do that? Well, there's a number of ways of doing it. In fact, we see countries doing it on their own already, simply because of technology. But 2 years ago was when the first coin came out that you can call an abundance-based coin because it never goes down in value. And that was our coin, the Billion coin. You won't find it on CoinMarketCap. You won't be able to trade it like on an exchange. Okay, and we do have a private community where we are in contact with each other. We have an admin that stays in contact with us through a blog system where he posts blogs, if that's what you call them. That's what I call them, blogs. He posts every day, almost, and usually more than one. So, and he's been doing this since like a week after the coin came out in March of 2016. And this is how he keeps us up to date on everything that's going and any problems that may arise, and lets us know what we need to do as members of this community to spread the coin out. Because we are built on an algorithm that values our price of our coin by you and I, then the more people that join our community, the higher the value goes up in our coin. And this is how it got started. Every person that joined our community by just filling out their name on an application online and an email address, which has to be real because you will get 2 email addresses in the beginning. You may never get an email after that from us, but you will get it in the beginning when you register. And you'll need to open those up and click on a confirmation hyperlink. It says, click here to confirm your account. You'll get 2 of those. One will create a back office for you, okay, which is your own duplicatable website, okay, that has, and I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. And then you'll get your wallet set up, and you'll be able to get a free gift of a division of one of our coins called Kringles. In Bitcoin, a division of their coin is called Satoshi. So if you don't have 6,000, 7,000, whatever the price is today, to buy a full coin of Bitcoin, you could buy some Satoshi. You could buy $1 worth of Satoshi. Okay, so it's the same thing with all the cryptocurrencies because they can be divided by 100 million. So we call our divisions Kringles because admin calls himself Kris Kringle. He's Santa Claus. He gives the gift out. Because why? Well, because he can. We can't. We don't give our coins out. Okay, we sell our coins. We don't do any discounting of our coins because that would ruin our coin. But he's sitting on a bunch of coins and he needs to get them out. Why? Because you are the one that brings value to us. You having those coins in your own wallet raises the value of our coin. And we call ourselves the Billion coin for 3 reasons. initially was 3 reasons. It still basically is. Okay, we call ourselves the billion coin because we are only creating 1 billion coins. That's it. Not 1 billion one, just 1 billion coins. So there's your supply and demand. Second reason why we call it the billion coin is because our algorithm is built to where that price will continue to go up per person that joins until we hit our first billion members. And then the price stops. Whatever it is at that point, it stops. Never gets higher, and of course, it never goes lower. Okay, that's the second reason we call it a billion coin, because it is built on our first billion members. We're making a billion coin. And the third reason is when we came out, we were basing the value of our coin on the euro, okay, which is a fiat currency. We know that, just like the US dollar, but everybody knows what the euro is, so we use that as a base of value. And every time one person would join, it would raise the value of our coin by 1 euro. Okay, so if one person joined the next day, it raised the price up 1 euro on that coin. Now, in the beginning, the algorithm was a little different because in growth from the beginning, you had to start off with a percentage thing where depending on how many people came in every day, it could raise the price anywhere from 1 to 5% per day. Okay, and it was incredible. And it worked just fine. Marvelous, until it finally reached the maximum amount of value, and now it's literally based on each person coming in, because we have grown to 3.2 million, 3.28. So we're almost at 3.3 million. I'll show you that in a second. And so once we hit our first billion members, that coin would have been worth 1 billion euros per coin. So if you had one coin and we hit our first billion people, you'd be a billionaire. Okay? So that was your third reason why we called it the billion coin. But after 2 years of massive growth, we're up to, like I said, 3.2 billion members. It doesn't make any sense to keep it going on the euro, basing the value on a fiat currency, okay, or the US dollar, because they have no value. We need to base it on something that has value. So we switched over to the value of gold, to basing the value of our coin on gold, current price of gold, okay? The smallest measurement of gold is a grain that's even smaller than a gram, okay? So it takes like 480 grains of gold to equal an ounce of gold. Okay, so now every time someone joins our community, they raise the value of our coin by 1 grain of gold at whatever the price of gold is. Right now, that price is worth $2.80. So before, based on the euro, was 1 euro, which is about $1.40. And now it's worth $2.80 or 2 euros. Okay, so it doubled the price just switching over to the value of gold, basing our coin on the value of gold. We doubled the price of our coin in overnight. And we just did that a couple months ago. It was in April. And that's the way it's going to be. So when we do hit our first billion, instead of the coin being worth 1 billion euros, a little bit more than that in US dollars, it's now going to be worth 2.8, if the price of gold stays the same as it is right now, $2.8 billion, okay? So it will make you a multi-billionaire instead of just a billionaire, just one coin. And you can have as many coins as you want. And you're probably thinking, how do I do that? Well, that's how I'm going to show you today, or tell you today, of how you can become a billionaire. Because it's never, ever in the history of mankind been this easy to become a billionaire, because we've never had the power to create our own money. Okay? We have, okay, back when in the day when America got started, I'll just talk about America because I I'm certainly most familiar with American history. Our founding fathers created the Constitution. The Constitution had in there how the money system would be created by the people, through politicians, through the government, and everything would be great. And it was. But those central bankers that chased us across the Atlantic Ocean weren't going to be put away, they weren't going to be ignored. They owned Europe, and they wanted to own America. And a couple of times they did, okay? And a couple of presidents got rid of them. But by 1913, their structure was so strong that when they got back into business by owning Woodrow Wilson, and he got elected through some manipulation with Teddy Roosevelt against Taft, who was running for his second term. Taft ended up losing to Wilson, which is what their plan was. And 3 days after Wilson came into office as our president, he signed our money over to a private banking system called the Federal Reserve. Okay, it was called the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. And federal, don't be fooled, is just a private name from a private bank to fool you into thinking it had something to do with the government. Okay. Now, from that point on, they made the money. They loaned it to our government with interest. And the government turned around and did its second unconstitutional thing, major unconstitutional thing, and created this IRS and started taxing the people, us, income tax, which was never supposed to happen, to pay off the interest to these private bankers. Now, as a private banking system, they can be audited, right? We have the right to know what they're doing. Well, guess what? The private Federal Reserve, the Fed, has never been audited in its entire existence since 1913. Okay? So nobody knows what they've been doing for 105 years until now. And Trump and the Patriots, our current president here, he's not owned and bought and paid for by the central bankers. And he wasn't even supposed to be our president. Their puppet was Hillary Clinton. Okay? She was supposed to be our president. It's just like when Nixon ran against John F. Kennedy. Who was John F. Kennedy? He was a nobody. Nixon was a shoo-in. And when he lost, he went a little bit nuts. More nuts than he already was. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay? Okay, so anyway, here we have Trump. And Trump is already creating an audit bill for that Fed. And when the timing's right, like I said in a previous video, that will go through Congress. It will get passed. We will audit the Federal Reserve, and we will show the results to the entire world. And that will be the end of the central banking system. Now, that may sound a little scary to a few of us who don't understand how that works. And we may see that as, well, geez, Paul, what is our money going to be? Well, our money is nothing as it is. You see the devaluation of the dollar every single day and the prices of food, gas, everything, absolutely everything. How, it has to collapse. It can't get any much worse. People that are living on a budget, it chips away at that budget. So every month when those prices go up, their income, which is always the same because they're on a fixed income, loses buying power. They can't buy the same things anymore. They have to find a cheaper, less quality item to replace it with, or just go without. That's scarcity that is a lie. So we need to change things because that system is going to crash just because of the way it's created, especially since they took us off the gold standard in 1971. These things run about every 40 years. In 1913 and ran until right after World War II. We saw a mess happen then. And then it built back up to 1971 and they took us off the gold standard. Now it's been over 40 years. Okay? And we're in a world of hurt. That system is just ridiculous. It has to crash. You can't just keep making money out of thin air and expect the people to keep their faith in it. That's why you see countries repatriating their gold, putting their money back on gold, like Russia and China, and saying, you know, adios US dollar, US Federal Reserve note, you're gone. We don't want it. Okay, we don't want it and your control over our country, which is what you do. Bye-bye. Okay, so the corporate media, who is owned by the central bankers, they come out and they continue their propaganda. Ooh, this country is our enemy now. Russia, China, and so on and so forth. Venezuela, I always mention them because they're such a prime example. The horror of horrors happened to them. Worse than Greece. Greece had a bank holiday a year or so ago where people couldn't go into banks. The banks were closed. Sorry. Okay. In Venezuela, the central banking system was trying to hang on to control, even though it's a socialist government. But the socialist government finally said, forget you guys. We don't want anything to do with you. Okay, fine, but you're still using our money. So we're going to throw these sanctions on you so they, excuse me. So you can't sell your oil. Ha ha ha. You know, so that ran into a problem. It really did. And if you were paying attention, you saw the people starve to death. Or you certainly heard about it. You saw the store shelves just empty in Venezuela. It was horrendous. It still is a horrible situation down there. But it's getting better. Here's why. That socialist government said, okay, what are we going to do? We can't sell our oil. We've got to do something. Okay, well, there's cryptocurrency now. There's this blockchain technology. Let's make our own cryptocurrency. In fact, we'll even base it on the value of our oil. So they did, but the people weren't confident in it because they couldn't sell their oil. So then they came back out and they said, hey, okay, we'll back it with our gold. We do have our gold right here in Venezuela, our country. We'll back our petro coin, this cryptocurrency, with our gold. And the people said, now you're talking, and they started using it. And you are seeing unbelievable things happening down there. Okay? And they're even making deals now with the Palestinian state. Okay? Another country that has just been, the people have been oppressed beyond oppression. Genocide has been committed with those Palestinian people for decades under the central banking system. Okay, so you're seeing things happening with cryptocurrency. You know that it is real money. And I talked about that yesterday, how the Security and Exchange Commission chairman came out and said Bitcoin is money. It's not a security. Ethereum is money. It's not a security. What is a security to us? An ICO, an initial coin offering, is a security. You've got to come and fill out the paperwork if you want to create a new coin, okay, which they call a token, where you are asking investors to come in and purchase, knowing that they are going to get a return on their investment when those tokens turn into coins on the coin market cap trading exchange. That is a security, the ICOs. And they're going through each and every single one of the coins, and they're going to say whether it's a security or not. But so far, two of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world have already been told by the chairman of the SEC that they are money. Okay? We are at the point after 9 years since Bitcoin's been out, where the masses are pouring into this field of cryptocurrency because it's real. People can have it. They can use it as money because it is money. There's no third party. There's no bank controlling it. So it's creating a different world slowly but surely. But since the masses are coming in, now is the time to really step it up and get the word out about our coin. because the difference is our coin is just strictly based on abundance. Okay? Now, because it's not on the market, right? So our price always goes up the more people we bring in for free. Now, a year ago, admin started to give the coins away as a gift. This is why he called himself Kris Kringle or Santa Claus. Kris Kringle. Okay. He's not just one person. He's a whole team of creators. Okay. But we have to call somebody, right? So we call him Kris Kringle. And he started to give the gift away. A certain amount of Kringles is what he was giving everybody who joined. Okay, here's 100,000 Kringles. And then 3 months later, okay, here's 50,000 Kringles. And 3 months later, as the price went up and the members came in, he had to lower those Kringles down. Okay, now we're giving away 25,000 Kringles. We've been doing it since, I don't know, like April, June, July. Like since November, December, we came out with the 25,000. We've been doing it ever since, and we're going to continue till we get our first billion people at the 25,000. Okay, which is unbelievable. That amount of value today is worth $2,100. We're just giving it away to every man, woman, and child on the planet. Okay, every man, woman, and child on the planet can get this free. Well, for $10. Because we noticed that last year when we were giving it away, a lot of people just walked away from it. After they took their gift, they said, okay, we got this free gift. But they didn't put any money in whatsoever. And so they didn't take it or see it as anything of real value. It was just this cryptocurrency we're barely finding out about. And this is not even Bitcoin, but it's the billion coin. And, you know, is it real? I don't know. But if they want to give it away free, I'll take it. Okay, but they didn't really get into what our community was all about. Okay, and so a lot of them just walked away. They didn't help at all in extending our growth. But we did bring in a lot of people. We grew 30 times. We grew from 100,000 our first year members to 3 million. So we grew by 30 times. And that was during a period where we slowed down because of the old 1.0 blockchain technology, just like Bitcoin did. But we created a different blockchain platform 2.0. And we're migrating all of our members over to that right now. And we'll be done July 31st. Okay, and we're still open to distribute the coin at the same time. We haven't stopped distributing that free gift or selling people Kringles or full coins. And we haven't stopped giving away full coins. Okay, now that the price, okay, let me just give you an example. I'll try to be fast about this. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about today. The coin was based on the euro, right? So at 3.2 million people, the coin was worth 3.2 million euros. The most expensive coin, obviously, in cryptocurrency in the world. Nobody can buy that. Well, not nobody, but, you know, very few people can purchase one coin for full price. But we won't discount the coin because that would ruin the coin. So how do you get a full TBC coin? One coin, how do you get that? Well, admin needs it in your hand. So he's going to find a way to get it to you, which won't discount and destroy the coin. So he'll give it to you in ways that he calls promotions, rewards for your effort in telling other people and giving that gift out. He has all these awards and rewards, that he uses as promotional ways for you to become wealthy. That is our whole mission, to spread that wealth out and create wealth for our members. How many members? Our first billion. We are currently in the phase of creating 1 million billionaires. And when we're done with that, we're going to create 1 billion millionaires. There'll be multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires. So since we're in the distribution phase right now of creating 1 million billionaires, we do not have anything close to 1 million billionaires right now. We might have 100,000. Why? You got 3 million people, Paul. Well, it's because most of those people they're not even aware of the promotions. They've walked away. They haven't paid attention. They don't ever go on the main site. They don't ever read the blog. They don't know. So we decided, hey, let's start doing these videos every day. Or those of us who can do it as many times a week, a month as possible. We'll divide 24 hours into half-hour slots. We'll try to get everybody to do at least a half hour, so that there's somebody on there 24 hours a day talking about, hey, we're migrating and we have ways for you to become wealthy and to become a billionaire right now, if you want. Now, a lot of people don't want to become a billionaire, but that's okay. Certainly a million people will. A million billionaires sure sounds a lot better than 2,200. Okay, when you have such a small amount of billionaires, they're mostly evil. Because they know. They know there's only a few of them. Okay? They know how the system works. But not all. Okay? But just most of them, which means they're the ones in power. So by having a million billionaires that are like-minded, meaning they're not selfish, they're not greedy, they won't even join our community if they are. Okay? Because we have ways now to really let people know what our mission statement is, even before they pay a dime. They'll never pay that $10. Okay? We're just charging $10 to charge $10 so that people take it seriously. But you won't even pay that if you're not like-minded. Why? Because when you go and sign up, you'll be given a test that has our mission statement in 10 different paragraphs with 2 answers, true or false, under each paragraph. When you read the paragraph, you're reading our mission statement. And then you're picking an answer. If you pick the wrong answer, it tells you, hey, you picked the wrong answer, go back and read the paragraph again and try and answer the correct question. So this is a vetting system. And hang on, my wife just came home. I'm going to unlock the door real quick. That way she doesn't have to fool around with the keys. Okay. So what it does is it will let you know if this community is something you want to be a part of, because it's how you feel. You want to eliminate global poverty. You like the idea of everybody being wealthy. Okay? That's not offensive to you. That's not a threat to you. It's not a threat to your ego. Okay? Because you're not greedy. We just need 1 million of you. At a 7.6 billion, yeah, we're going to find you. Oh, you're out there. You just need to know about us. And then we're going to create 1 billion millionaires. Most of us want to be a millionaire. It'd be nice today, with the value of the current dollar, to be a lot more than have 1 million, because you can blow through 1 million in the purchase of one house in 1 month. Okay? And then have nothing for the rest of your life. If you want to live in a decent, house. All that's going to change under an abundance-based world. Everybody won't be able to live in any kind of house they want. I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. We have the resources. The resources are unlimited. They tell you, oh, you can't chop down the forest to build all these houses. You'll destroy the ecosystem. What they're not telling you is about hemp. Okay? Hemp is a plant associated with the cannabis family. It has no THC in it, nothing that can get you high. They used hemp to make paper. Okay? They used hemp to make plastic. They used hemp to build cars. They used hemp for hundreds of different things. Everybody were hemp farms. All our founding fathers were hemp farmers and tobacco farmers. Okay? And hemp was going great until Mr. Hearst, Randolph Hearst, who owned the papers, at least in California he did. He was a big publisher. He used a lot of paper, and trees were cheaper. And He also had investments in, what's that company? That huge chemical company, Dow. What am I thinking? Not Dow, but that German company. And they were creating plastic out of oil. Okay, and he couldn't mess with that investment. And they were making plastic with hemp that was ecologically friendly. Of course, it's a plant. So you've been told a lie. If you've lived long enough to where you actually saw what happened in 39, something like that, 37, 38, 1938, when they came out with, okay, we're outlawing not just marijuana, but we're outlawing hemp. You can't grow hemp anymore. You know, why? Why can't we grow hemp? We can understand you trying to control marijuana, the kind that has THC in it that can make you high, because you guys did it with alcohol and that didn't work. But, you know, we can understand you trying to do that again, but why hemp? And it was so silly because as soon as we got into World War II, they gave it back to us. Here, take our hemp seeds and grow hemp. We need to make uniforms. We need to make shoes for the army. We need to make all these things. And we need you guys to farm and build and grow hemp. And then after World War II, by 1950, they took it away again. But now it's coming back. And of course, central bankers don't want it. But the people are bringing it back. This is what I say every day. The power of the people is the most powerful thing in the world. When we unite for something and stand for something, we get it done because there's so many of us coming together. How can that 1% who controls most of the value of the wealth in the world stand a chance against the other 99% of us? They don't. We just need to come together, and that's it. The billion coin brings us together. We come together with the billion coin. We distribute the wealth out because we have control of that. We control our own wallet. The rich can't come in and buy up all of our coin and leave scraps for the rest of us. That's never going to happen with our coin. We control the distribution of it. Okay? And we have ways where you can become, you can get one coin, you can get as many coins as you want. Even though the price of one coin right now is, well, let's find out what it is. Okay? Seriously. Just let me share my screen. Let me go over to the Billion Coin main website. Okay. Now let me share the screen. Okay. All right, here's the main site, thebillioncoin.info. Okay, when you get to the main site, if you're a member, you can log right in, okay, which I've already logged in. And you'll see all these things up here that you can go to. Home, members, the formula that tells about the algorithm, testimonials, you'll hear testimonials from people involved in our community. Broadcast system, that's what I'm on right now. And you can always check that. That will show up even if you don't log in. Okay, and then marketing, send button terms, trusted sellers, references. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to know how many members there are, right? So we go over here and click on members. And that's going to pull up the members. Okay, it's also going to tell us how many members are in each country. Okay, so here's the current member. It's 3,285,510 members we have as of today. Okay, and this gets updated every day, every 24 hours. Fiji time. Okay, so there's your membership right there. All right, now I forgot why I was showing you the membership growth. What were we talking about? I don't know. Maybe I should go back and ask you guys what I was talking about. For some reason, there is nobody on my chat. Unless there's something wrong with my chat system for some reason. It's weird. Okay, well, let me go back. Can't remember what I brought up the membership for, but anyway, here's where the membership is. And it shows you how many members are in each country. Okay. Now, obviously, these very poor countries, they're considered third world countries, and I hate that term. I hate both first, second, and third world. I hate those terms. Okay. No, I don't hate them, but I don't like them because there shouldn't be anything. We should all be one, first world countries. Okay. The only reason there's poverty, people, is because of the central bankers. These people in these countries understand poverty. They wake up to it every single day. And because they do, they're quick to change their mindset to abundance. Okay, once they find out they've got it, that it is real, it's out there, they flock to anything that remotely can get them out of poverty. Okay, so already in Nigeria, 1.4 million people are in our community. Okay, here's the Philippines, almost 500,000. Okay, Ghana, 109,000. Bangladesh, 107. Here's the United States, the richest country in the world. We only have 75,000 people. Out of 350 million people in the United States, we have 75,000 that have found out about abundance and want to become a part of it. Because, see, folks, we don't see it every day, do we? I mean, unless we're having to forcefully drive down the streets in the metropolitan areas where we see the people out there living on the sidewalks with tents. We see the homeless and the mentally ill that are just out there, right? But if we're living in the suburbs and we're driving around, we don't see it. We don't want to see it. It's not nice to see, is it? Okay, so we've got people in I don't know, 200 countries, almost every country of the world. Okay. Yes, Italy, we have 1,000. And then we go down and it gets lesser and lesser, and it's crazy. It's crazy. These numbers are going to change over the next 2 years. I can guarantee you that. All right, so then we've got the formula which tells about our algorithm. Okay, shows us how that works. We have the calculators. That's what I was going to do. I was going to use the calculator to show you the price of the coin. So we go down here, and this is the price of the coin in different currencies, right? So we go down to USD. There's USD right there. Okay, so there's the price of our coin. 8,388,170 is the value of it in US dollars today. Right now, one coin is worth $8.3 million. Okay, so if you get one coin, you'll become an instant multimillionaire, and of course, a potential multi-billionaire when that maxes out. Now, we have been doubling the price of the coin the way the algorithm is set up, okay, which you'll see right in here, the way the algorithm is set up, it doubles 40 times before it maxes out at our first billion people. Okay, so how many times has our coin doubled to get to this point of $8.3 million a coin right now? And how many more times is that going to double? Well, we have doubled 32 times, approximately 32 times that I'm aware of. Okay, so it's going to double 8 more times. So if we pulled up a calculator and we put in 8, well, it's almost 8.4, right? Let's just go with 8.4. Well, let's do it this way. $8.4 million. Okay, there's your $8.4 million. Now, if it can double 8 more times, this is what it's going to look like before it hits its maximum. So we times it by 2, right? Okay, so it doubles to 16.8 million. Okay, that's 1. The second time it doubles, 33.6 million. The third time it doubles, 67 million. Fourth time it doubles, 134 million. The fifth time it doubles, 268. The sixth time it doubles, $537.6 million. That's $500 million right there. Okay, the seventh time it doubles, you become a billionaire. Okay, and the eighth time it doubles, you'll become a multi-billionaire. That's, of course, based on the price of gold right now and the algorithm, the membership, and so on. But with our migration over to our new blockchain platform 2.0, which can transact at speeds similar to Visa and MasterCard, which just blows away what every other cryptocurrency is capable of doing, that's a game changer. And with the masses coming into all cryptocurrencies, when they find out about the Billion coin, especially merchants, businesses, retailers that can now accept the Billion coin, or they've always been able to, and have the price go up every day and never go down. That's why we do use it as money all over the world. Not just among ourselves, but there are businesses that take the Billion coin. But you don't hear about it because it's not on a trading market. And you hear about everything that's going on, right? Because a market will make anything popular. That's what stock markets are for. That's what, commodity markets are for. Everybody knows what food is, what a commodity is, what oil is. And so these things are going to explode our growth this coming year. And let's just say we just grew by 30 times, the same as we did last year. Now it still grow us from 3 million to 90 million. The current amount of people using Bitcoin is around 12 million. In a world of 7.6 billion people, there's only 12 million people using Bitcoin, yet it has a small amount of an economy, right? You can go to certain stores and places of business and use your Bitcoin. It is money. But those individuals, knowing that the price is volatile, goes up and down, they are in the position to just accept your coin, because not many people are using it, right? And put it in their wallets and just let it sit, because they know over 12 months it's going to go up in value. Okay, because of supply and demand. There's only going to be 21 million coins made. So supply and demand is going to make it go up no matter what. And if they have as much as they can, they'll be sitting pretty. Okay, are you going to be sitting pretty? What is your backup plan? If you're in business and you're able to accept Bitcoin, you're going to do really well. If you're a wealthy central banker and you're already a multimillionaire and you can buy however many Bitcoins you want, you're going to be sitting real well. You can't do that with the Billion coin, but you can become wealthy. You can become a multi-billionaire. Is that enough? Well, sure, it's enough. Is $1 million, if you become a millionaire, is that going to be enough? It could be if you know how to manage your money real well and you're at a certain age. But even if you're young, $1 million could last you if you really knew how to budget, okay? And if we were under that horrendous system, which we're not going to be under for much longer. So when we go back to gold, it will balance the money system. It will devalue, it will value everything normally, okay? So we'll see prices come down to where it should be. And we'll still have the same dollar or whatever they're going to call it, okay? And it has to happen whether Trump and the Patriots make it happen or whether the central bankers have to make it happen. It has to go back on gold. We just don't want it to be the central bankers because we don't want them to keep control. And the world has rebelled against the central bankers. They want them gone. Okay, but they're not going to go without a fight. So we are in a war of battles with the central banking system, but we don't use guns and bombs. We use peace. Look around. That's all you're seeing that Trump and the Patriots are doing in this world is creating peace. Okay, and we're getting ready to crash that economy because it's not the people's economy here in America. It's the central bankers' economy. It's got to come down. Okay, and then we bring out the new currency with the gold. Okay, so anyway, that gives you an idea that we've got 8 more doubles before we max out our coin. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about today. Oh, this was an old chart from a blog. It showed you how it doubled 40 times, or it's going to double 40 times. And this is all based on the euro. Okay. We get down here to 32. There would be 8 more right there. Okay, so that's at 4 million. We're at 3 million. So it's a little bit different than what they projected here. But you can see what it's going to be. We only have 8 more doubles, and that coin will reach its max. And based on gold now, it will max out at the price of gold in 2 to 3 years when we hit that billion. Okay. All right, so let's go back. All right, and let me see if there's anything else I want to touch on. Okay, again, the title of this video was I Want to Be a Billionaire, okay? And it's basically the name of a song. You can look it up. It's by, what's his name? Why did I throw a blank on his name? I do that all the time. My grandniece has been using my Spotify, so I can't even use that right now. Gosh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Is it Bruno Mars or is it, no? It might be Bruno Mars. He's got this song called I Want to Be a Billionaire. He's got a video out on it. Just look up the video on YouTube. I Want to Be a Billionaire. It's hilarious, but it's a really cool song. Okay. But I watched it again last night, and it just made sense. It's basically, hey, there is abundance out there. Okay, let's get together, people, and we'll have it. Okay, that's basically the premise of the entire song and video. We can all have it if we want it. We just got to come together. And I know that sounds crazy, but folks, we're just looking for 1 million. You don't all have to be billionaires. I know that's a lot of money, but it's enough money where you'll be able to turn around and you'll be able to help your family, your friends, and anybody else you want in this world. I mean, life goes on. things have to be built, right? Things have to be built. We have to pay people to build things, okay? We have to pay people to do all kinds of things, okay? So we'll just pay them really, really well. So there's no more of this crime being committed out there by the motive of lack, okay? People kill each other because they don't have enough money and they need your money. So that will all go away. You want to be a billionaire? You want to be one of those people that can hire a bunch of people? Even a multimillionaire will be able to do it. We can do anything we want. When the money is back in our hands, we do anything we want. We build bridges, roads, we build whatever we want. Homes, cars, you name it, we build it. We have the money. We create the businesses. We hire the people. The other 6.7 billion people in the world. We take care of them. We take care of everybody in abundance. In abundance. Okay? Look at the videos that are in the description below. One's just a 2-minute video on the poverty that's going on in Puerto Rico right now because of that hurricane. The other one is a 40-minute special on, I forget who did it. But anyway, it's a special that talked about this Me Too problem, where women are out there, they're forced to be out there in the workforce to feed their kids and pay for a roof over their house. And their employers take advantage of them because they can. Well, you want this job? Okay, well, otherwise you won't have your job. This is an absolute horror for any of us that have kids and have daughters, that have people we love that might get themselves into a position just because they have to work or they want to. Now, if they want to work and some man tries to pull his power over them, they can say, hey, forget you, adios. I don't need this. But if they're desperate because they're under this poverty system that we're on now, what are they going to do? Well, I got to feed my kids, or I got to give this guy, what he wants, so I can hang on to this job, or I can get the best section in the restaurant as a food server, so I can get the tips, so I can survive and feed my kids because their father just left, or whatever. We're in a situation that needs to change, and the one way that we definitely know we can change it, you and I, the average individual, just has to join our private community at the Billion Coin. There's a link below. It's a short Google link. Okay, and there's a video above that will walk you through. And you'll be able to set up your account, pay your $10, get your $2,100 put in to your back office as cookie rewards, which you can redeem for real Kringles in the month of November. We have them every 5 months. We just got done with the redemption period in May, and now our next redemption period is in November. And in the meantime, between now and November, you can build as many cookie rewards as you want by doing things or making a purchase from one of us for real Kringles at the real price, and the admin will just reward you. It's just incredible. We just want like-minded people to get involved who want to be a billionaire. And if you don't, okay, that's fine. You don't have to. But you're going to want to be at least a millionaire or multimillionaire. So get involved, because you'll need that just to take care of yourself and family. If you want to help others, then you need some more millions, or you could be a billionaire. Yeah, you could spend $1 billion too, but it just takes a small amount of control. and you'll never run out of money if you're a billionaire. Okay. So I believe that's all I needed to talk about today, or wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching. I try to be on every day at this time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I'm in Vegas, Nevada, United States of America. And sometimes I miss a day. So God willing, I'll be here tomorrow, same place, same channel, same time. Have a great rest of Sunday if you're in this part of the world. And if you're in the other part of the world, your day is beginning and it's Monday, or it's already begun. So have a great day, have a great night wherever you're at, and I will talk to you tomorrow.